Well, some new information on bacteria and children's health. Recent studies suggesting that kids raised in very clean homes may be more likely to develop food allergies, asthma, etc. Dr. Jack Gilbert is a professor with the University of Chicago's Department of Surgery. He's also the co-author of a forthcoming book, Dirt is Good: The Advantage of Germs for Your Child's Developing Immune System. It's great for parents to hear this. I mean, not only those of us who maybe not are the best house cleaners out there. I hate to admit it, Doc, but it might be the truth. But how much dirt are you talking about when you're saying your kids should be exposed to dirt? What exactly are you saying?
Yeah, we need a good balance, right? You need a balance between being hygienic, health promoting, keeping them away from the dangerous bugs that might make them sick, right? You want to balance that with making sure they're exposed to a rich and diverse world. So they get licked by a dog in the face, that's good. You know, that's the right kind of bugs we want to see.
What about when they just like pick a popsicle up off the floor like my one-year-old did yesterday and just put it back in her mouth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, that's actually been significantly proven to have health-promoting benefits, allowing the kid to be exposed to some of the bacteria and germs and maybe even a little bit of dirt, which can stimulate and train their immune system.
Yeah, I'm sure some parents are, either you're grossed out by what I just said, or you're parents and you're like, yeah, totally see my kid do that. And when you're a parent, you realize, I mean, kids do some disgusting things, pick up all sorts of things and put in their mouth, and you wonder, oh, you know, how should I be concerned? How should I navigate this? I thought your research is really interesting when you're not just talking about exposing your kids to dirt for their overall health, but specifically why the health in their gut is important for their brains. Can you make that connection for us?
Right, so your gut is linked to your brain. You have a whole nervous system around your guts, and that actually goes up for a superhighway of nerves into your brain. Bacteria in your gut actually produce neurotransmitters, things like serotonin that you've heard about before, and others called GABA, and that actually helps our body to process energy and even allows our brain to function differently. So when the bacteria in your gut are disturbed, it also disturbs your brain, causing depression, anxiety, and maybe even neurological disorders such as autism.
So, I mean, wow, I haven't heard that before. What is the research like on that specifically?
Yeah, so we've shown that there's a reduction in the abundance of bacteria in the gut that produce some of these neurotransmitters in children that develop autism. Even whether you're ready for school at the age of 5, right? Whether you actually have developed the skill set neurologically and behaviorally to cope with school, that can be predicted by the types of bacteria we find in your intestine as a child. So we know that the bacterial community and how it affects the immune system and how it affects how your brain develops is affected by the things you're exposed to very early on. You
know, what's so interesting is that there may be a connection, and one of the things that you talk about in your book and in some articles that have been written about your research is that we think we're healthier because we're cleaner, where in fact the opposite might be happening. I mean, we do all generally live in fairly clean homes, just with, the cleaning supplies that we have these days. So if you're wondering, well, how can I best help my child besides letting them pick things off the floor and put it in their mouth, how do you do that?
Yeah, so remember, there's 150 years of cleaning obsession, because 150 years ago we were dying in our tens of millions from bacterial infections. So it makes sense that the paranoia is there for a reason, but we've got rid of them. Our use of vaccines, our use of cleaning products has removed many of these dangerous pathogens. So you want to now allow your child to be exposed to a richer diversity. Take them gardening, take them out into the park, allow them to have a pet or an animal, take them down a farm, open the windows in your apartment or your home more frequently. Increase their exposure. Even planting a potted plant in the home can make a difference. So, get their hands dirty. Yep. It's good for them.
All right, I'm going to check that off the list this week for sure. Doc, it's great to have you in the program. Dirt is Good. That's the new book that's coming out. We're definitely going to be looking forward to it. Thank you so much.